Devin from the future here to reshoot the intro. We had a little incident with Clean My Mac, and I'll probably have to do this for the first 5 or 6 videos. But in this one, we are putting amp research power steps on my 99 Dodge Ram 2500 because even though it is only leveled with 33-inch tires, it's still very necessary, because without them there is no chance of me getting in this thing at all. Prior to the amp steps, I had a foldable step stool, and I would tie a string to it, loop it on the door, climb in, and then reel it up every single time. And that was just not going to work. And there were no other power steps or like fixed running boards of any kind that were going to work. So it was a full send or no send kind of thing. And here we are with the amp steps. And we're using the 03 to 09 quad cap kit from Amp Research and the TYCA Industries conversion kit, which you can get on either Amazon or eBay. And I'll probably link one below. Now we are under the truck looking at the other part of that conversion kit, the main part, that black U-shaped bracket right there that attaches to the back side of your rocker panel here. There's 2 bolts that attach that. There's a silver curved piece. It's got a flat side on it. Little like 3-inch aluminum thing that sits on the back side of your rocker panel that your top bolt there goes in. And as long as you don't drop that in your rocker panel while you're bolting that up, that's about it. Your step just bolts right up to that. And then take all your wiring up there and you plug it in your motor for the front arm there that lowers it up and down. And then normally there would be lights that would illuminate when the step drops down. It would go like right up there, and then another one on the front. Since the truck needs a whole paint job, I'm not too worried about that at the moment. When I get done with that, I'll install those. But I have them on this toggle switch here because the original switches that it came with did not actually work. We can go over and take a look at those. That's the part we'll be finishing up today. The kit that you get from TYCA Industries, because AmpStep does not make a direct bolt-on kit for this, so you have to get some adapters, which we'll crawl into there and look at in a moment. But the other part is these switches here. Now that one is a magnet, and this is some sort of ground activated deal. And one wire goes to ground, one goes to the purple in the amp step. And this part goes on the door. And the idea is that when this moves close to the part that's attached to the truck, it interrupts this circuit or whatever, and the amp step goes back up. However, I went through 2 sets of these and none of them ever worked. They sent me a second set just to rule it out. So I ended up getting these refrigerator switches. And it has to be a normally closed switch, which from what I understand in electricity terms actually means open. So it gets power in the depressed position, door open, and then when you press that down, door closed, then the step goes up. And then we got some bits here to put those in the door jamb with. Get our hole just the right size, and then that should work as it should. Well, now we'll crawl under there, take a look at those brackets to get them mounted up.
too big, but it'll fit.
Well, we can, if it's close enough, we can make it work. Just for the other side. So we got our hole drilled here. There. Fits up in there nice and snug. Before I adhere that down, not exactly sure how I'm going to do that again. We'll be able to see if it works or if it's going to need a spacer between the door and that butt. Yep, we'll need a spacer. It doesn't quite reach. But just adhere that down. Put a spacer there on that side. Yes, that crack will get addressed. We should be all good. So I got the magnet portion of the original switches. They just kind of stick up there by themselves. We'll see if that does the trick. No. All right. Interesting. Alright, so we found the winning combo. The two magnets were not thick enough on their own, so we got two rectangles cut out. One for this side, one for that side. Sprayed it all black, glued it together. Also got our wires and everything tucked up, ran over the other side. Pulled off all the switches from the side of the seat. No more wires hanging down, which was nice and ugly. And then you shut the door. Just as it should. Well, that'll do. Here is my folding step stool. This is what I used beforehand. So I got the paracord that I looped onto the door recreated, and we're going to compare, see how long it took to get in and out beforehand versus how long it takes now. Got a step stool and a coolant jug to keep the step coming down. And go. Well, this is always the worst part, especially if it's raining. And then to get out, there's actually one more step I'd have to figure out to get into this, because now that I have the center console sub box that you guys will see in a couple videos, I now have nowhere to put that once I get up in here. ditch our coolant bottle. Marked with the amp steps as they function. I don't know what the time difference will be, but I'm sure it'll be quite significant. They are an absolute must for this situation. The install on the door jamb turned out way cleaner than I was expecting, and I'm pleased. You'll have to excuse the constant me talking behind the camera. I've yet to come up with something to where I can hold it and talk to it and show you what I'm trying to show you at the same time. But our amp steps here are the main part that helps me drive this. But there are a couple other things that are not vehicle specific. And most people's questions are about the pedals here. This board here is just scrap wood and metal to attach it there. We threw some grip tape on it to build the floor up. Most little people will actually just let their feet dangle and then push the pedals. I don't know how they do it. It's way harder to do it that way. You can brake and accelerate a lot smoother with your heels on the ground like a normal person. And then we just got some pedal extensions there. No clue where I got them from. It's been a good 6 years now. But they just extend off the gas and brake. And I use my right foot like everybody else. And up here in the seat, nothing too extravagant there either. Just a pad for front and back to make the seat smaller. And this truck does have the electric seats, so I can adjust it whenever I need, which is way better than the last truck. It had the manual ones, and so we had to make a little mark down there on the rail and hope we got it right. And of course, the one spot it needed to be was the spot that it always wanted to skip over. But this one, that problem is no more. And that there is my panoramic rearview mirror. You're at about head height there. So what you see is what I see. It's really dark, so you can't see out of the side camper windows there, but I can in person. So all I gotta do is glance up at that, and then between that and then the tow mirrors there, which we will head over to in a second, I have practically zero blind spots in such a big truck, which is pretty impressive given that I have 10% head movement left from my neck surgery fusion thing back when I was 4. They had to fuse C1 and C2, I believe, and so 90% of my head movement is gone. So, almost dropped it there. When I'm sitting here, I can't just turn my head back around and look over my shoulder or anything that you guys would normally do. I got that and that, and that's about it. So the mirror is also pretty much a necessity for any vehicle I am going to be driving. Now, so this is as far away as I can get it from my face, and I kind of got to prop it up on something, so there's no way I'd be able to hold it and then show you what I'm trying to show you at the same time. But I'm working on getting that set up as well, just as I have driving. So hopefully I'll have that coming in the next few videos, so it's not always me just standing behind it, talking to it. You can actually see me while I'm explaining what we're looking at. But that's it for how I drive. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments, and I can make another video on it. Thanks for tuning in.